Hey, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. I'm Jamila White. Welcome to my latest live stream. I have a special treat for you tonight. In addition to myself doing readings, which I have not done in a while, I am joining up with my sister friend and psychic extraordinaire, Val Ashford. I'll bring her on in a second. We're both going to be doing live readings for you guys. So here's what I want you to do. I want to make sure that this is working. So please just drop me a note in the comments. Let me know that you're here. And better yet, let me know where you are connecting from, city, state, or country, whatever is most relevant. I want to know where you guys are. It's 8 p.m. Eastern time, but where in the world are you and what time is it? Yeah, drop a comment so that I can see that you are here. Also, do me this favor, invite other people to join us in this chat. And the way that you can do that is by hitting the share button, especially if you're on Facebook. Just hit the share button. It will share it to your page. People can watch from your page. They can ask questions. They can come to my page, all of that. So I see Gigi times 3 on YouTube is here. Trinissa is here. Mabel is in Greenville, North Carolina. Wait, are we family? Oh, you must be related to Val. So crazy situation. We'll bring this up later, but I have family from Greenville, North Carolina, and that's also where Val is from. And we did not know each other until like Facebook a couple years ago. Okay, the people are here. They are coming in. All these people in the comments. All right, Kelly in Baltimore. Hey, Bellin in Brooklyn, New York. It's good to see you. It's been a minute. Linda Thompson. Hey. Andrea Burton in Toronto, Canada. Ashley in Omaha, Nebraska. Four Seasons Apothecary. What's your first name? In Hilton Head, South Carolina, down the street from where I am. I'm at my mom's in South Carolina. Hey, Floyd, passing through. I think you're still in Baltimore, right? Ashley is here at the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. Magic Hat 77 in Omaha, Nebraska. A lot of people in Omaha. What's up with that? Bayou Physical 39 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Hey, Kathy Bartu. Jennifer Jackson in Houston, Texas. Pamela, yeah, you found me. Where are you from, Pamela? Mabel, oh, you're Val's sister. Hey, welcome, Mabel. Celia Fitness or Cilla Fitness in the DMV. That's DC, Maryland, Virginia. For folks who don't know, Erica Watson, my line sisters in Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out to all the Deltas out here. Rakita is in Brooklyn, New York. Adrian is in where you at, Adrian? Kitty Russell in Arlington, Virginia. I think Kitty gets the prize for being the most consistent, always coming on all my lives. Thank you, Kitty. I appreciate you. Kimberly Johnson in Phoenix, Arizona. A lot of folks in here. Pamela in Michigan, Adrian in Queens, Emily in North Georgia, Kathy in Beaufort, Reginald in Kentucky, Henrietta in Maryland. Oh, Four Seasons, Jamila Miller. I know who you are because you make the bomb fire cider, right? Is that you? Okay, we got to talk about that separately. Aisha in Atlanta. Sarita is here. Nikki in Alberta, Canada. Gabby in Maryland. Aaliyah. Hey, Aaliyah in Seattle, Washington. Sarah is in South Carolina. What's up, Sarah? Rat-ta-ta-ta. Lisa's in Michigan. That's an inside joke with me and Sarah. Michelle McGriff Sora. Hey, what's up? How you doing? It's been a long time. Anna in the DMV. Hey, Anna. Keisha in Queensland. No, Keisha's in Raleigh. Trisha's in Queensland, Australia. Four Seasons says, yes, that's me. Okay. Lots of folks in here. Please do share, like this page, like this video, and share it to your page. Invite more people into this discussion because it's going to be hot. When I say this is going to be hot, I've never done this before. Invite another psychic. I've had astrologers on. I've never had another psychic on live with me. But Val is, when I tell you she's the real deal, first of all, I don't trust very many people to read me. I'm very, very, very particular about people accessing my energy and who they are and this, that, and the other. Val and I became friends on Facebook a couple years ago. And long story short, she's done a couple of readings for me over the last couple of years. And when I say she is spot on, she told me some stuff back in June. Some of the stuff I was vibing with, some other stuff I was like, okay, she's not going to get everything right. 80% is still a really great psychic reading. But when I tell you that other 20% has kicked in and it's happening now, stuff that I just kind of dismissed and even forgot about till the shit hit the fan. And I was like, wait a minute, Val told me about this. And I was like, okay, not quite. I mean, I'm not judging because there are people who might have that situation, but it's not going to be me. Bloop. Val was on point. Okay. Oh, Pamela says, my first live with you. My guides told me you and couldn't tell me because I was going through a process I need to go through on my own. LOL. Yeah, that's part of it. Gloria's in Baltimore. Hey, welcome, Gloria. Everybody hit that like and share button. Hit the like or love and the share button. Let people know you're here. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time just running my mouth. I do want to know, before I bring Val on, I just want to know, check in with me. Let me know how you're doing. Drop it in the comments. We just had this big ass full moon the other day. I don't know about you, but I was like extra. I guess it was Monday. Today's Wednesday, so that must have been Monday night. Chakra Love in Oakland. Hey, Dewan Forbes. So, yeah, let me know how you guys are doing emotionally, energetically. How are you guys feeling these days? Because I mean, last month in October, we had all those eclipses and it was a beast. My phone was ringing off the hook with people like, what is happening? My life just exploded. I get it. I want to know how you're doing now at the end of November. We're heading into December. Hey, Lisa B in Richmond. Kathy said I couldn't sleep. Jamila at Four Seasons Apothecary said exhausted. Yeah, okay. Hey, Kristen Price in Maryland. Salong. Hi, Salong New. Doing amazing. Okay, that's great to hear. Mabel said lots of new things going on. Nikki said feeling stretched thin, feeling stuck for a while, but everything is now moving at full speed and opportunities are coming. That's good. Andrea B says overwhelmed. Kara says hi from Australia. How come I'm not putting these on the screen? I don't know. Let me put these on the screen, these comments. Yep. So long news said moon had me tired. Gigi said stressed out. Pamela said feeling hopeful on the edge of a breakthrough, but could use some guidance. All right. Tired. Andrew said, I'm tired. Hey, Raven in Virginia. What's up, Sora? Alpha Chapter's in the house. Selena said, hello from Florida. Emily said, I feel like I'm in transition. Henrietta said, feeling great and energized. My mom is in the other room. Now she's online talking about, hi, honey. Hi, mom. Everybody say hi to my mom. Ife Tayo's in here. Candace, what's up, Soror? How you doing? Judith said, hello from DC. Gloria said, tired and hopeful. So I'm getting a couple things. A lot of people, some saying overwhelmed. Some people saying tired, exhausted, but then there's also a lot of hope in there. So I always like to take the collective pulse to see what's going on because everybody has their individual situation, but collectively, there's also an energy, and I just like to always know what that is. Trisha said, ended up short-tempered and cranky. Yep. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's get this show on the road because the reason why I need to go ahead and do that is because I have this illusion that whenever I talk to Val, we're going to have a real quick conversation. When I call on the phone, I'm like, yeah, 30 minutes. And then we'll be on the phone and it's 2 hours. And I'm like, where did the time go? All right, let's get it together. The Magic Hat said it's been a hell of a November. Next week is Christmas, right? All right, listen, without further ado, I want to bring on my special guest, Valerie Ashford, also known as the Afro Buddha. You need to check her out on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever she is. I'm sure she'll share her platforms. She's amazing. She's a psychic, a medium. She's an artist. She's an author, an illustrator. She's a tarot card reader. She does all the things. And what I love about her is her style is very loving. And her style is also very direct, but she teaches and coaches with her information that she shares. So it's not just this going to happen, that's going to happen. It's here's what's really going on with this. Here's how you can take advantage of this. Here's the lesson in all of this. And also she might snatch a couple edges in the process. Let me get her on here. Let me put her on this screen. Okay, technology, show and stream. Hey, Fabi. Hey, Rachel. All right, Valerie. Valerie's here. Can you hear? Valerie, can we hear you?
Hello.
Hey. We got it. I can hear you. Nikki said, oh, no, not the edges.
Listen.
Adrian said she left her phone at work. Okay, is that kind of day, Adrian? Oh, also, before we I got to tell you about this tea. I wish you could see it. It's a blue indigo color. It's called butterfly pea flower tea. And oh my God, it's so good. It's delicious.
Oh my goodness.
I had it at a restaurant first. My mom ordered some online somewhere. It's so good. So if you like herbal tea, butterfly pea flower is the kind of flower. There's literally these blue blossoms, and it has turned my tea water like indigo blue.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
Fancy.
I know right now we fancy. Val, what do you want to tell people about yourself?
Oh my goodness. Hey y'all.
And where are
Hey,
you? Where are you from? I know I gave a booty ass introduction.
No, introduction is great. I am Val Ashford. They call me the Afro Buddha online. I am from North Carolina. I'm a bit of a nomad. I travel around a lot, but North Carolina is home. Eastern North Carolina specifically. For my North Carolina people, shout out my Aggies in Greensboro, Goldsboro, Greenville, everywhere in between. Whole North Carolina is my folks. Yeah, I don't really. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't use the word psychic a lot.
Okay, what do you use?
I don't use that word a lot. I use intuitive.
Intuitive,
and not because psychic is incorrect. Just that's the word that just does it for me. Is the intuitive word. Yeah, glad to be here. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
Sometimes you just meet people and there's just this connection, just immediate connection. It's like, I get you, you get me. Yep. I see you, you see me. We've been knowing each other for many eons, although it's been short in this lifetime. It's that kind of feeling.
Yeah. Because when we met, I was living in Mexico.
That's right.
And you were in Barbados. Yep. And so we both had this kind of expat thing. We had that in common. And being a Carolina girl and down from this way, we just instantly connected. It's one of those things that happens. So glad to have you in my life.
Absolutely.
It's been amazing.
It's a whole Jamila and Val love fest going on. And these people are like, what about the readings? What about the readings? I'm trying to fix my monitor. I just moved it by mistake. So all the people in the chat are all saying hello, hello. Nikki said, I love this bond. It's really sweet to witness. Thank you, Nikki.
Aww,
thank you. Everybody's saying shout out to Val.
Of course, I dropped my phone on the floor.
Somebody said something about trying to, Kristen said exhausted and trying to stay motivated. Hang in there, hun. Hang in there. All right. So, I magically now have 5 bars. Just a minute ago, Val, I was just telling Val on sound check. I'm like, I ain't got no bar. My internet connection is not great. I'm down here in the country at my mama's house in South Carolina. And now I have full bars. So
listen, we're gonna have
I appreciate y'all.
Our energy is gonna bring it together. Our energy gonna hold it together. Hold it tight.
Yes, hold it together. Everybody's in the chat saying hi. Nice to meet you. Hi, Liana. Hi, Sarita. Okay. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to pick a couple questions from the audience. We might answer them together. One of us might answer, the other might answer. We're just going to let things flow. We don't really have, a script that we're going to stick to. We're just going to do what we do.
Do what it do.
While people are about to write their questions, and please keep the questions succinct, because if it's too long, I won't be able to see it or read it on the screen. So keep it succinct and post your question, post it one time. Now, Val, can you share a little bit about your approach to this work as an intuitive? What can people expect when you do your reading? They may be familiar with my style. Also, there's a lot of new people here, so shout out to the newbies. But what is your approach? I gave my interpretation of your approach, but what is your approach to reading for people, consulting for people?
My approach to it is, I call it spirit charades. The way that messages come to me, I have all of the voyances, right? But for me, I get these flashes, and the flashes are like, oh, okay, I see this, I see that, I see this, I see that. And then we have to engage and have a little bit of dialogue to see, so you can explain to me why I see this for you. And then that energy comes up. And the reason why I like intuitives better, because it's like, oh, this energy feels like this, right? And it's more on what's present and what's going on right now. And then from there, I see these kind of like pathways of the direction it goes in based off of where we are right now. But the thing that I like to hold on, because I'm a big neuroscience geek, I'm really big into, the universal laws and all those kind of things. I really like to kind of instill that power of, this is the direction based off the energy we're in now, but you have the power. You have the ability to make other choices. You have the ability to shift things. Things can change in a millisecond.
Absolutely.
So let's look at what it is, but let's also look at what it potentially could be. Because I believe that we all have a lot more power and control over what's happening in our lives than we realize.
Absolutely. I love that approach. I think we have some of the same ways that we approach that, because you talked about spiritual charades. I never heard that before. That's so accurate, because I like to say it's like being a UN translator, translating to multiple people in multiple languages from multiple people in multiple languages.
Yes.
So while the client may hear my voice, your voice in English in straight sentences, we're getting information from multiple sources outside and inside. For me, it's also my body. I'm seeing things, I'm hearing things. Y'all, ancestor so-and-so is saying this on one side, angel so-and-so is saying this on the other side. My grandmother done kicked in, and it's like all this information while I'm also listening to you talk and ask the question and explain the context, the person that I'm reading. So it's always it's always fascinating. Okay.
Yeah.
We got some good questions in here.
We got a lot going on inside of here. A lot going on.
There's always a lot going on, which is why, I'm always don't be driving your car while you're talking. This is not a girlfriend chat. I need you to be still and grounded and focused, not in motion, because it's too much work for me. It makes me feel bad to do that. Okay. Yeah, everybody's in here with the questions. Okay, Gloria's up first. Gloria. Hi, Gloria. Am I on the right career path? Thank you for your question, Gloria. Val, let me give that one to you.
Hey, Gloria. Love you, Gloria. Gloria, you on the right career path. You're questioning some things about the career path, but it's not really the career path that's that question. The career is fine. You go in that direction, but there's something about, you got things popping up around what you're asking for. So some clarity around what you're asking for. So it's not that the path is off or anything like that. There's something around, I don't know if this is the way you apply for jobs or the way you show up at jobs, but there's more of a wanting you to assert yourself more in what you really, really want. And also a little sprinkle of falling in this path of kind of taking what's offered to you versus what you want. So you have an opportunity to kind of shore up your own path by deciding, am I settling for this because this is just what's being offered to me? When there's an opportunity for you to speak up and actually say what you want. So the career path is fine. You and your communication style, speaking up for what you want, that's the big thing that's really popping up. Did you shift careers? Did you shift careers recently, Gloria?
In the comments. Are you able to see the comments, Val? Because it's a lot of questions.
It's a lot of them. I see them coming.
Yeah, we might have to come back to her and her answer unless you see it right away, because I can't see it on my screen quite yet.
I don't see it yet either, but we'll come back around to it.
Yeah.
It does feel like there's
for Gloria has to do with there's people around you, maybe whether they're in your career, in your job, and your business around you, who are making you feel like you don't belong there. But it's not the career path that's the issue. It may be the current situation, and the situation is different than the path. So there are some changes coming for you probably in the next 6 to 9 months around where you work, how you work, what you offer, and the logistics of that. But the general direction, you're heading in the direction that you're supposed to be, but there's an expansion coming next year, like the second half of next year is an expansion. So there may be some tweaking and fine tuning, and also the people around you, I don't even know them, but they're getting on my nerves.
They get on my nerves too. I feel it too. Gloria, she says working on the ebook in store. What I want to say, Gloria, everything that Jamila said as well coming up. I always want to say it has to do with your confidence. And I always say your confidence comes from your confidants, who you're confiding in, who you're talking to your dreams and visions about. There's something in there that feels a little bit shaky, and it's not like it's malicious or somebody's trying to, throw salt in your game and all this. It's not that. It's just maybe what you're doing is larger in perspective than what the people around you can see. So just be kind of mindful of who you're sharing with and where you're getting your confidence from, and where you're, who you're confiding into about this vision. Because the vision is what you want to do. It's the direction you want to go in. Speak up, and don't be afraid to tell people, thank you for that. thank you for that input, but that just doesn't align with what I see for myself. And then keep it moving.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Val. We gonna keep it moving because we got a ton of people in the audience with questions. We got more than 75 people online right now, combined between Facebook and YouTube. Andrea says, I wondered about the guy I'm dating. We seem to click, but my overthinking may have ruined the vibe. Is it me or is it that he ain't? I'll go first with this one. I'm getting a couple things. What I'm getting is that the things you're asking about are not mutually exclusive. Yes, you are overthinking. Also, he ain't. So it's not the overthinking that's causing the he ain't. It's your intuition that he ain't that's causing your overthinking. And you have some overthinking tendencies anyway. He's not a bad guy, he's not your guy. He's not, I feel like it's not compatible. There's an attraction, but I don't feel like he's your guy for the long term. But in the meanwhile, enjoy him, enjoy the company, enjoy the whatever. As long as he's treating you well and you're not overlooking the ways that he's treating you, you do see a couple little things already. I know that you do. But it doesn't mean that this isn't an experience that you can't enjoy and learn from and grow from. And as long as it feels good, keep going, but be real with yourself. I feel like sometimes, Andrea, you have a tendency to look at romantic partners with rose-colored glasses while also overthinking all the things that you think you're doing wrong. And that needs to come into more balance. Be more critical or more discerning about what you're looking at and more gentle with yourself. Because right now you're more gentle with them and more critical about yourself. Bring that more into some harmony and give yourself some of the benefit of the doubt that you keep extending to all these dudes, and give them some accountability for how they're showing up for you. That's what I'm getting for you. So he's not a bad guy, but he's not the guy. What you think, Val?
You said that so sweet and beautiful. I feel like what I have to say is not so sweet and beautiful.
Spill the tea. We got the tea. Spill the tea. Spill it. Spill it.
Y'all that know me, I always say I talk how I talk. This is what's coming up, Andrea, for you with it. I want to say get out the kiddie pool. There's something about the depth where you're able to go in your conversations, where you're able to go. You're a deep, deep, deep thinker. And I could just feel how your past experiences in dating have not reflected that. The moment you start going deep, they're like, whoa, I can't swim. I can only wade in the water. I do a little doggy paddle here or there, but I don't know how to dive deeply like that. What you're doing from the beginning, I do want to say kudos for what you're doing from the beginning, because I do see you asking more questions. You are asking more questions. You're putting more of your depth up front, but let that be the filter. When you put that depth up front and you go deep, and you see they're starting to slow down on communication, they're not texting back, and they're skipping questions, all of that kind of stuff in communication, that's your natural God-given divine filter filtering out. Let it filter and keep moving forward, keep pushing forward.
Val said use your natural God-given divine filter. Okay, now that's good. Thank you, Andrea, for that question. Let's see. Gigi times 3 says, will I get married again? Val, I'm gonna let you take that one.
You will get married again. It will be nothing like the marriage you've had previously. Nothing like it. When I say nothing like it, get real firm on your terms and conditions of what you know now more than you've ever known about what it would take for you to be able to stay in a healthy marriage. But some of it maybe doesn't look exactly how a traditional marriage looks, and that's fine. So if you can accept it as it may look a little different, and I don't know exactly what that means. I can only give you like examples of that. That could be, maybe y'all are not tied at the hip. Maybe they already have their own life going. You already have your life going. And so there's a different style than what you're used to. I actually feel like that's kind of what you want as well, to not be so attached at the hip and to have someone that has more of their own light and energy. So if you're open to something looking more, people expect for marriages to all look the same. We're holding hands, walking down the street. We only deal with each other all the time. We're under each other. There's a lot of different ways to do this marriage thing. A whole lot of different ways. So if you can open yourself up to you don't have to sacrifice or let anything go. I just heard that so clear. There's no sacrifices or letting anything go. Have your whole self and your whole experience the way that you want to have it, in tandem with somebody's that works well with yours without it having to look like it's traditional.
Oh, thank you for that, Val. All right now. But for those who are just joining, we just had a bunch of new people join. I'm Jamila White, psychic, author, life coach. My special guest is my girl, Val Ashford, the Afro Buddha. She's a brilliant intuitive. We are doing live readings. So if you're watching on the replay, you can still get a lot of benefit, because I feel like whenever there's something that's answered for someone publicly, it's an answer for multiple people and sometimes for the entire group. So even if you're not live, keep watching us on the replay, because this is good. We never know where this is going to go. You never know where this is going to go. I feel like I want to play show and tell real quick. I just got a new toy. I don't know if you can see. This is a big chunk of blue kyanite. It's like silvery, but it's so beautiful. I just got this on Monday. There's a shop here. Tamika Walker has a shop here on St. Helena Island, South Carolina, called Energy Evolution. It's not just a shop, it's a healing space that's also a shop. And I was walking around, I was looking at stuff. I was like, oh, she got some new stuff since I was here in January. And the blue kyanite stopped me. It was like a basket of kyanite. And I started getting this pounding in my chest. And I was like, oh, this means Jamila about to buy some crystals. It's happening. And I was looking at the ones, and I saw this one first, and I was like, well, let me look at it. Let me touch all of them. But I kept coming back to this one. And blue kyanite, for people who don't know, does a couple of things. One, it works with your throat chakra, but it also is a great cleansing and protective stone. Blue kyanite is one of the few stones that doesn't have to be cleansed like other stones do, because it's self-cleansing and it actually can cleanse your other stones. So even if you have a small piece or a smooth tumbled piece, you can put it in your bag or your bowl with your other crystals, or on your shelf with your other crystals. It will help keep them clean as well. So that is our little crystal lesson for today. Now, back to the readings. Jamila at Four Seasons. I love when other people with my name come in here. Jamila at Four Seasons Apothecary says, I would like guidance or insight in regards to my life and business. Okay, that's a very broad question. So we're just going to give a simple or a general message for her.
Okay. You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
You go first, because I'm still looking at this piece of crystal over here.
I'm gonna pull a tarot card. I got my tarot on deck. I'm actually going to pull a card on this, but it's a little bit more general. I also feel like whatever this message is for several people in here.
Okay.
I feel several people.
For a second, but keep going.
I feel several people in here asking similar questions, especially that regards to my life. There's something around a big shift of energy around people just realizing this ain't it. What I'm doing, there got to be another way. This can't be it. So we're going to pull some cards just connected to that. Jamila, Four Seasons Apothecary. This is your card. And for anybody else that's having that same feeling of guidance inside regards to my life, guidance and insight regards to my life. Ooh, we have the Five of Wands coming out. All right. You see that Five of Wands? You see everybody in that boat is fighting each other. This card is actually talking about your internal fighting. It's talking about an internal fight. The internal fight of, I don't really want to do this, but I have to do this because I don't know of any other way to do this. That internal fighting. It feels like there needs to be a moment of time for you to just you need some space and time to just be clear in your thinking. If this is the kind of energy I said, can you go get a hotel room for a weekend by yourself and just be in your own energy and just breathe, disconnecting yourself out of the environment that you're normally in so that you can get that breath of fresh air to let you know this ain't it. What you're doing, the way that you're doing, there's an entirely different option that you haven't even considered that's trying to come find you, but it can't get through because of all the inward fighting that's happening all the time inside of your own thoughts. I hope that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That's Jamila
space and time for clarity.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I'm getting anything for you. Well, a couple things coming up. One is you're looking outside for a lot of answers, and I don't just mean tonight on our call with the readings. I mean in general. I feel like you're looking outside, and maybe something has happened that shook your confidence or your trust in yourself. But what I'm getting is that go inward for the answers. It is okay. You're in a season of asking questions. Ask all the questions. Ask of yourself, ask of spirit, ask of people around you. This is a time to be questioning for you. And I feel like it's going to take a couple of months, maybe 3 or 4 months, but you're going to get a lot of clarity. It's not going to come just at the new year, but it's going to come closer to spring equinox for you. And by the time if you do the inner work in this season, by the time you get to March, it's going to be really clear about your direction. You are so intuitive yourself. You are very tuned in, very plugged into spirit, to nature, to your community. And this is a matter of, part of it is rest. You're doing too much. So you can't, you're not connected to your own internal guidance, your own GPS, because you're doing too much. There's a level of exhaustion here and burnout, on physical, spiritual, emotional. You are the caretaker for a lot of people, whether it's physical or emotional or whatever. And you need some time to put everything down, like lay down all the tools, lay down all the babies, lay down all the stuff and the people that you're carrying. And you need some time for yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Because when you do that, you're going to get these answers a lot more quickly and you're going to have a lot more clarity about the big picture direction and also the specific, what do I do today? So sometimes my prayer in the morning is first gratitude, but then the second is, where shall I go? What shall I say, and with whom? Like it's not always, it's just real simple. Basically, order my steps, right? Where should I go? What should I say, and to whom? And then the rest.
It's one little piece. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Go ahead, because I'm done.
Oh, because I'm getting it's loud, so I got to speak it, right? Because I saw in the chat where you said being confused with your business and immediately got static. So the confusion is coming energetically like static. The static has to do with your receiver. The messages of what you're supposed to do have been trying to get to you, but your receiver has static. So that means you got to disconnect. Whatever you've been worried about, whatever you've been stressed about, those normal things that are just nagging you in your mind, you have to disconnect. This is not just me and Jamila saying what everybody says, rest. You need to rest. This is bigger than that. This is literally you're praying and asking and trying to get this clarity. It's trying to get to you, but there's so much going on that it's like blocking the signals that are trying to come through. So, meditation, I'm going to sing it till I'm blue in the face. Being able to get somewhere, maybe buy some water or get somewhere where you can really have the clarity to let things come through. It's trying to come, but there's so many things there that it's just clouding it up, clouding the receiver signal up.
Mm-hmm. That was so important. One thing you said too about meditation, I think sometimes people think the answers always come during the meditation. Sometimes they do, but the meditation is to quiet your mind and to help you to regulate your nervous system as well, because the answers may come throughout the day and not just in the meditation. Sometimes they do. Sometimes you ask the question, you get the answer in the meditation. Sometimes you ask the question, and then in 4 p.m, a week later, the bus that drives by and the advertisement on the side of the bus has the answer to the question that you were looking for. But the meditation quieted your mind enough so that you're able to recognize it. So, and meditation is stillness. It can also be a moving meditation, a walking meditation, a labyrinth, a spiral, a running meditation, but it's whatever quiets your mind. There's a time for stillness, and then there's a time where you got too much energy going on in your body and you got to release it. So, consider that and what your nervous system makeup is already. Good question. We're going to go to the next question. This is going to be a short one, Kelly, because you're up next. Kelly said, D and I are going to have a reunion. Kelly. I'm not sure who D is, but I got the biggest hell to the no. It's not that you won't have a reunion. It's that you don't want this reunion, because D is available for a reunion. It's not going to be a healthy reunion, and it's not going to benefit you, and it's not going to make you feel good when the dust has settled. So you want a reunion, but you don't want this reunion. That's my answer.
Not with this version of D. Not with this version. I'm getting like a double-sided energy, almost like, I'm not going to say he Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, but maybe a lightweight great value version of that, there's like two sides of this individual that shows up.
Did you say a great
energy
value
that this person
version?
is.
You said the Walmart
The
version of D?
you know, you get the name brand, you get the great value version, right? The great value version is his energy is too shifty. He's not stable and firm in who he is right now. So that reunion would not be what you would want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't be.
Okay. Good answer. Thank you very much, Kelly, for the question. Thank you, Val, for that. Linda says, what's going on with my digestive system?
What you feeling?
Tuning in. Ascension. Symptoms of ascension is part of it. Your energy, your vibration is going higher and higher. The energy of what you're putting into your body and what's in your environment is not changing. It's not that you're putting bad things in, but your sensitivity is going off the charts. And it feels like ascension. I also feel like there's a purge going on.
That's what
I'm
I was
not
going to
sure
say.
if you're releasing, but I'm getting purge, energy purge. What you getting, Val?
It's coming. I don't want to be TMI, but it feels like a purge. Feels like your body is releasing some things. I don't really see it as being some huge thing that's wrong. It just feels like this is a cycle of releasing some things. The relationship between our physical body and our spiritual being are so intertwined, where there's some things that are happening to you on like a spiritual, non-physical level that, like Jamila says, is extension. You're going to the next level. Nobody ever talks about this. Nobody ever talks about when you are going to that next level. You can feel yourself ascending. Your body has to let go of what was in there prior to this kind of transition happening. So it may be letting some stuff go. It may be purging some things.
Turbulence.
I almost feel like if you just put your hands over your stomach and tell your stomach thank you, it is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. It's working with you, not against you. I know it may not feel like